Hi guys. Okay. So I just got back from therapy and I want to have a conversation with all of you. So, first of all, if you are not in therapy or have never done therapy, always recommend, right? We've got to prioritize ourselves, and sometimes it is skilled as you may be, whether you be a coach, an entrepreneur, right? Like we all need someone. Hi guys, everybody's hopping on now. I think I'm going to start doing my lives on here, by the way. I think I'm done with Facebook lives. I think I'm just going to be doing them on here. So much easier. So anyways, I want to talk to you guys about what we kind of uncovered in therapy today. So in entrepreneurship, right? Like we build businesses. For me specifically, I'm building an online high-ticket business where I teach people how to build and scale online high-ticket digital franchises with a really bomb product, right? So there's low ticket, then there's high ticket. We can do a whole other live on like what is high ticket for those of you that don't know. Let me just put this on do not disturb. So I've been in this space of like confusion probably for the past like 6-8 months, right? So I started my high ticket business in, let's just say January 2023. And I've been in the online space for almost 8 years, right? It's been a minute. Never did I ever make this amount of money online prior to high ticket. Like I found my vehicle, y'all. I found it. So anyways, I've been having this internal battle of where I've been, what I've known, and now I'm getting to this space of being able to help so many people in a different way. And so internally, I've had this confliction and I haven't been able to figure it out. And so I was like, you know what? I need to go see my therapist again because she's going to provide the space in order. You can't hear. Let me see. Hold on. Is this better? Can you hear me now? Because I might have been on the microphone. Is this better, Jen? Let me know, girl. I'm going to keep going though. So I've been in this space of confusion, right? And it really hit me today in our conversation of why. It actually hit me afterwards, after therapy. Like why I've been having this conflicting views of where I've been and where I want to go. And I'll kind of get into a little bit more of that. But it's because, and this is my message for you guys, when you have this internal conflict of, I don't know, for me, it's like, I feel guilty for taking space for myself, right? Because I have this business. I have a $1 million business at this point. Let me see if I can actually put you guys over here. Let me see if that's better. So I have like this $1 million business at this point, right? And in order to grow that business even more, to help more people, it's going to require me to move differently, right? It's going to require me to move differently than I have moved. Let's see if this is, let's just go right here. It's going to require me to move differently than how I've moved in the past to get here. And before really having this conversation, like you could have told me this and I knew this, but I didn't know this, right? I didn't embody it. And so I've had this space of taking a break. I've been on vacations for the past like 6 months, right? And I felt guilty for it. Like, I'm gonna just be 100% honest with y'all. Like, I felt a little guilty for it. I'm like, am I letting my team down? Am I being there the best way that I possibly can for all of them? And the conclusion that I've come to today is yes. Yes, I have. And here's why. Because I'm creating self-sufficient, independent business owners where they don't need me. And a lot of what we've been taught previously in a low ticket is that you have to be that person for everybody. So I've been breaking out of those bad habits, right? But I've been doing pretty good. I've been helping other people break out of them. But still, sometimes you question, like, am I enough? Am I doing okay? And so this battle is always like, I should be doing more. But then I should be doing more over here is like, no, you need a break. You need to recharge. And this is what I always talk about on my team. Like, you never want to get burnt out, because I've been there. Every single person that I help coach, I'm like, you will never get there. You will never get to that burnout, because I won't let you, right? I mean, unless you just don't listen to me and you want to get there, like, go ahead. But here's the thing that we have to remember. And this is what we talked about, how I was feeling guilty because I'm able to take this space for myself now, which is what I've worked really, really hard for 8 years. And I said to her, and I'm conflicted because this feels good to me. This is what I want to do. This is what I worked so hard for. But at the same time, I feel like I have to model the behavior to someone who's just starting their journey, right? And she reminded me of why I feel like that, but more importantly, helped me work through that. And where others have resentment, sometimes looking at my lifestyle now, they don't see that I busted my ass for 8 years to get to where I'm at. And so she had a question for me. She was like, so you've worked so hard for 8 years. You started this high ticket, and she follows me on social media. And she's like, you started this high ticket and you've helped so many people. You've made so much money and you worked that hard with a goal in mind of getting to the spot that you're at right now. But you're at that spot and you're feeling this way. Why? And I was like, ooh, dang, yeah, that's good. That's good. Because a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people have these emotions and these feelings and this confliction when they start a business, right? So whether you've been in it for a week or 10 years, we still all have this internal conflict. And the conclusion that I came to is, when we have this internal conflict, guys, this is what I want you to listen to, put your listening ears on. When you have this internal conflict of, I feel guilty for X, Y, and Z, but this is what I want and I have it, you know what that means? That means that you got to let go of something. That's the universe telling you that you've got to let go in order to reach that next level. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm holding on and trying to keep both, right? And so we kind of developed a plan for my future. She kind of helped me do that. I'm telling y'all, get a therapist. Like, I guess I developed the plan, but she allowed me the space to process what I needed to process. So I'm seeing her again next week. She's my fave. If y'all want recommendations, I got you. But you gotta let something go, because where you're at now, where you've been, isn't where you're going, and that's gonna take a different person. You gotta shed that skin in order to get there. My goal, my dream, it's very similar to a lot of people in the online coaching space, is to help and inspire more people out, like in the world. Like, we have big dreams to help more people, to influence more people, to inspire more people to do better, to want better, and to work hard to get it. And I think that's where a lot of confusion comes from in the online space, is people think that it's easy and they don't have realistic expectations. And I'm here to tell you right now, it's not easy. It's simple. It's very simple, but it takes work. It takes hard work, and it's absolutely worth it. When you start an online business, you have to have realistic expectations. You got to detach yourself from any outcome and be a part of the process, right? The process of learning, the process of developing. You have to become a student. And in that journey, you got to change. You got to develop. You got to grow. And so, sorry, I was looking at comments. And so you got to become a different person. That's not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Yes, I was that. I have a friend like you. Yes. So my message, this has kind of been all over the place today. I'm a hot mess. I literally have got to go in a minute. Garrett's making me food, and then I got to go to my massage therapy. So it's a therapy type of day. My message to you today is when you're feeling that pull, I got a couple messages. When you're feeling that pull, when you're feeling that conflict, check in with yourself. Okay? Where you want to go, is it going to require something different of you? And if it is, there's your answer. If you want to get there, if you don't want to be stuck where you're at, if you want to grow, you're going to have to change. And that's your first sign that you do need to change, is when you have that internal conflict. Oh, okay. Let's go. My second message to everyone on here is to work your ass off until you no longer have to. And do not feel guilty for it. I've held this in that I have to model this for other people, and I don't. What I need to model is what I'm telling you right now, is you got to work your ass off to get to this place, and then you can take a break. You can breathe. You don't have to constantly 24/7 hustle, and that's why I got in this industry. So I got into high ticket specifically, because you don't have to hustle. We make enough money passively from helping other people win. I don't get paid unless other people get paid, right? So if they're not winning, I'm not winning, right? But it's to a point where that is the reward, helping other people. And I can't help more people if I'm focused on what I'm doing for myself. So you gotta work your ass off to be able to help other people in a more defined, better capacity. And it's going to require you to shed your old skin and to be vulnerable and honest, right? In therapy today, I was like, I don't know why I feel so guilty sometimes. I have a social media manager who's phenomenal. She creates all my content for me, and we review it once a month. I have an amazing assistant who is from the Philippines, who anytime I need anything, technical help, literally anything, she's right there to help me. I also have an amazing executive assistant who helps me manage my DMs, helps book calls on not only my calendar, but for my team, to help you guys who are interested in starting a high ticket business get the help that you need, right? I have an amazing husband who is down there cooking me food right now, who right now knows that I'm in this season of life where I'm building, and so he's there to help and support alongside what he's doing. So you get to this place where you don't have to do everything by yourself anymore. And I'll be honest, in the beginning, it's a lot. It can be overwhelming at times. I would do it all over again to get to this place of development and this next phase. Because this next phase, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm going to be able to help so many more people in different ways than I have previously. But I gotta let go of who I thought I was and where I got my worth. And where I got my worth was hustling. I'm good at working hard. And me, I'm a generator. I'm a 4-1 generator. If you guys know human design, you know what that is. I wasn't built, and generators are typically not built for long distance. They're meant for sprints. And so in therapy today, I got some ideas going. I got some things that we going to announce. But you have to allow yourself the space in order, especially if you're a generator, to have these clear moments of yes. If you're a generator, it's either yes or a no. Like, there's no in-betweens. So there was a clear yes today, where before it was a little fuzzy. And it was like I knew all these things, but really having that third party walk me through my own thoughts brought me to the conclusion of where I'm at right now. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm freaking happy. I have another session next week because we just gonna keep unpacking stuff. Get yourself a therapist. Don't expect your business coach to be your therapist. Not the same thing. And allow yourself the space to take space. Allow yourself space to take space. It's okay. But have realistic expectations, because it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to get to this space that I'm at right now overnight, in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You're not going to get there. We were talking about this too, about, oh, hi, Kayla. We were talking about this too, about how a lot of people are delusional. Because she owns her business. She started her practice. She has multiple locations. And where we're at right now in society, a lot of people want instant gratification. So they think, oh, I'm going to start a business, or, I'm going to do this, whatever, for 2 weeks. And if it's not successful, it's not worth it. No. You're going to see a lot more strong, hard conversations from me. In my content, I'm going to be a lot more vulnerable, because this is hard fucking work. It's really hard fucking work, but it's worth it. And if you have that mentality, if you go into something understanding that it's going to be work, it's going to take change, it's going to take sacrifice, it's going to take discipline, you're going to be okay. But if you go in thinking that it's your lottery ticket, that you're going to get there quickly, that you're not going to have to put in that much work, that things are just going to fall into place, right? Manifestation, I want it so bad, I'm just going to manifest it to happen, right? But if manifestation doesn't align with some really hard work, you're going to have a disconnect, and you're never going to accomplish the things that you want, because you're delusional. I say that with all the love in my heart. You're delusional, right? So I'm to this place now. I'm not feeling guilty no more. I am going to prioritize what I need to prioritize, which is not hustling right now, because I'm not going to be able to elevate to the next level to help even more people if I continue to just focus on myself. And maybe for a lot of you, that sounds amazing. You're like, I want that. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. The majority probably are not. But you will be. You will be, and you'll think back to this conversation. And you'll be like, you know what? I wanted that when she said it. I thought I was ready. I wasn't. Right? If I would have taken my foot off the gas a year ago, 5 years ago, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So embrace the sacrifice. Fall in love with the sacrifices. I did. I fell in love with being able to tell people, no, I'm not going out on the weekend. No, I'm not going to go drink now. No, I'm not going on this vacation. Can't do it right now. While I was building, I sacrificed. Fall in love with the sacrifices so that one day you won't have to sacrifice anymore, right? Exactly. Don't focus on the destination. Fall in love with the journey. The journey is the joy, not the destination. The destination will never come. You will never be happy when you think that you've reached your destination. Because when you've reached it, there's always something more that you want. Always something more. You want a little more income. You want a little more freedom. You want a little bit more of this, right? So just focus on enjoying the journey. That's where the joy is. Develop yourself. Work freaking hard. Let's not be lazy asses. Nobody likes a lazy ass. And get to a place where when you have that conflict, that you know it's time to elevate. And then ask yourself, what's required of me to elevate? What do I need to let go? What do I need to pursue? Right? A lot of people want to stay right here. You ever hear those stories about people peaking in high school or peaking at a young age? We're talking about that today. And it just gives me the ick, because there's so much more potential for people that they don't even realize. So I gotta go eat. I am eating a lion's mane mushroom. Just had my first one yesterday, because I'm whole food, plant-based vegan. And for those of y'all that don't know, and I hate mushrooms. When I tell you I'm obsessed with these mushrooms, it tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken, tastes like steak. I was the biggest carnivore prior to switching to vegan, but it's so unhealthy. So I can't justify eating that way just for the flavor when there's so many other things out there I can eat, like a mushroom that I thought I was gonna hate. So that's my Steph Speaks for today. There was absolutely no, see, you love tofu now too. There was no, I didn't have an agenda. I didn't have any, this was all over the place, just my thoughts right after therapy. So I love y'all. If you got any questions for me, shoot me a comment, shoot me a DM, whatever you need, I'm here. But I'm excited to elevate, and I'm excited to bring you guys along the elevation journey as well. And I'm excited to help you guys elevate yourself, for those of you that would like a little more out of life, right? So, I love y'all. I'm gonna go eat, and then I got my massage therapy where they massage my jaw. So, love y'all.